Yeah. 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 So many lies that you hear from the net, they don't get her respect. She reporting the truth, not a check. You want an unbiased opinion straight from the chest, not a bit accomplice or someone here for a check. Tune in, these are thoughts from a lawyer on a mission who goes so hard it's like she works on commission. Trolls in the comments might say she tripping cause they lack the knowledge. They don't know they missing. Got a couple current events that you like. Wanna know about law from the eyes. Tired of all these blogs running lies because their agenda's a disguise. Tune in to the intellect, cause I'm sure y'all missing all the facts of the case that she steady is gifting. Someone here for the people, man, it's so uplifting. If you ain't subscribed yet, then you just omitting facts.
Hello, everyone. It is Pam Esquire, also known as Your Law Intellect. Happy Labor Day. I hope you guys are getting rest. I decided to do a little pop-up here since I've been trying to go live for the last 3 days and have been unsuccessful in doing so. But thank you so much to everyone that has come over here. Thank you for everyone that has subscribed recently. Welcome. Make sure you guys welcome them in the chat if they are new subscribers. Let us know if you guys are new subscribers, and welcome back to all of my day ones. Please make sure, if you have not done so already, to go ahead and like, subscribe. Yes, do all of that. And yeah, thank you so much for the new member, Crystal Marshall. Welcome. We totally appreciate you. We appreciate your support. What's up, Betty? What's up, Starbell, Cynthia, Nick Stitch? Hey, Ray Bishop. I hope you're enjoying this holiday. I hope you're getting some rest. Jean and Shelly and Andre, thank you. Hey, Thais, Cupcakes. Yes, all of that. Consider becoming a member. We have the membership link for you in the description box so that you don't have to search on my page to figure out how to become a member. And yeah, Joyce and Love Jones, welcome back. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying your day. Please make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share if you have not done so already. So we have a few things that we are going to discuss today. First of all, thank you guys for everyone that watched the prior video where we went over the jail calls with Miss Shirley Strawberry and her husband Ernesto and the alleged mistress. We got a lot of traction on that video. If you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you mosey on over there and watch that video. But don't do it until after you watch this one, because I want you guys to be live and chat with us in the comments. And if you guys are new over here, we like the interaction. We like to hear your thoughts, as long as you are respectful and respect one another. So what we are going to discuss, the first topic of our legal business today, the first person that we have on today's docket is going to be none other than Mr. Tory Lanez. Now, we've been following Tory Lanez. For those of you that are new, I actually sat in the trial of Tory Lanez. For those that don't know, he was found guilty on the shooting of Meg Thee Stallion. They are both rappers. Tory Lanez is actually a Canadian rapper. Now, before I get into it with Tory Lanez, let me put my disclaimer out here. And I want you guys the mods, be on alert. Because I don't know what is up with some of you Tory Lanez fans. This is definitely a case where either you believe Tory or you believe Meg. It's clearly that it's divided. My job and my only purpose was I brought forth on this channel the information that I received in court. I also coupled it with my experience as an attorney, so that people can better understand. I didn't have a dog in this fight. I didn't care one way or another. But the jury, they are the only individuals that mattered in this case because they had the ability to say guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, which they did on 3 counts. And as a result, Tory Lanez was found guilty of, well, he was found guilty on all 3 counts, and he is scheduled to serve 10 years, which he'll serve less than 10 years, but that's what the total was. It was 6 years for count 1, plus a 4-year enhancement because they have an enhancement when a GUN is involved. He ended up getting 4 years, which was like the mid-range. And then the other 2 charges were running concurrent. Well, one was concurrent and one was suspended. So it ended up being a total of 10 years. I don't know why you guys get mad at me. So there are Tory people, like they'll go back and find an old video from like when I did the trial back in December. And I've been noticing all these comments about, please explain to me how it was beyond a reasonable doubt. I don't have to explain anything to you. You know why? Because I was not a juror. You know why what you say doesn't matter, Tory fan? Because you were not a juror. You guys want me to co-sign what you say. Let's just say I agree with every point you guys are making. It doesn't matter. What we say doesn't matter. And I think that was the problem with this case. To me, Tory was getting gassed up by what people were saying in this media. He felt more concerned about what the public felt and not what was needed to be presented in the case. And that's, in my opinion, is one of the many reasons of why he is in the situation that he's in. So I don't understand. I'm assuming that a lot of these Tory fans just have their whole dissertation going over Meg lied about being glass in her foot. She lied. She did this. She said that. DNA on the gun. He didn't have DNA. The same talking points, like what happens with Trump. They got these same Tory Lanez talking points. And then they just cut and paste these long dissertations like they're presenting it to me for a doctorate degree. And they want me to break it down and explain to them how this is not reasonable doubt. Sweetheart, it does not matter what I think. It does not matter. It does not matter if I think it was reasonable doubt. It does not matter. The jury found that he was guilty beyond all reasonable doubt. So it doesn't matter. So I just want to implore you, don't waste your time. You guys seem to be spending a lot of time in my chat with all these dissertations, and my response is going to be the same. I'm not the jury. It does not matter what I think. I'm going to say the same thing over and over again because all I did was cover it, and that's where it's at. So I hope we are clear on that point. El Cid said these fans got blinders on. They have straight up shades, okay? Because if you want to believe them, does this happen? There are a lot of people that are in prison right now that were found guilty, and their family and people around him they believe that they didn't do it, that him or her did not do that. So I'm not like just shocked that some people just believe that he didn't do it. But the thing is, why you're trying to spend so much time convincing me is just beyond me. I have absolutely no dog in the fight. I never was hired to represent on either side. I never was hired to give my opinion. This is just something that I'm doing on YouTube for my subscribers and for the intellects. That's what I was doing. So I'm not understanding why you guys feel like my co-signing saying, oh, yes, he probably didn't do it, really matters, because it really doesn't matter what I think. Okay, just to let you guys know, it doesn't matter what I think. Just because I'm a lawyer, I don't have any pull where I can just call the Court of Appeals and say, yo, this is Pam, and I don't think the jury got it right. So can you like reverse this? I can't do that. I'm sorry to inform you. I wish I did have that type of clout and pull because I will make a lot of decisions, but I don't have that type of clout and pull. So, hey, Marlene. Right? That's what I'm saying, okay? In a very nice way, I'm saying argue with y'all moms. That's all. Ray said it best. I didn't want to say it like that, but that's pretty much where we're at. It matters to us, but not the court. That's what else said. you know, you guys might ask me what I think and all of that, and I give my opinion. But what I'm saying is my opinion does not it's not going to help this man. Well, your opinion is not, and honestly, I believe there was a lot of disservice by somehow gassing him up like this. And I'm not saying one way or another. If you did not do this, and I've been saying this from the beginning, if you did not do this, your job is to get investigators or get people on your team that can go find new evidence. You guys keep putting the same evidence that was already presented before the jury. The jury saw all the evidence that everyone keeps putting in my chat. And you know what the jury did after they saw that evidence? They found him guilty on every count. So clearly, in their mind, it was beyond a reasonable doubt. That's in the jury's mind. So why are we rehashing the same old evidence that did not work in the trial court? Probably won't work in the court of appeals 9 times out of 10. Like, why are we rehashing that? If you feel like you did, if you in your heart of hearts, you did not do this, maybe your presentation just sucks. So people like me just have, feel a certain way after hearing all of this about you, Tory Lanez. But if you really are innocent, then your job is to go find that evidence that will prove your innocence. Because right now you just don't have it beyond a reasonable doubt. That's what you spend your time doing. Talking to the public, getting people to come out here and go all off on everybody. And that does not help your plight. It does not help your situation. That's all I'm saying. People love playing conspiracy theories with people's real lives. Because I don't think it helped him. I think people hyping him up in the chat, even when he was out on bond, when he would say it's all cap, or people that bought his music that allegedly was alluding to Meg. That's not your lives on the line. This man was charged with something and was facing charges. Like, why wouldn't you tell him, like, hey, why don't you just, deal with this in the court? Why are you on the internet? No, because that's not what people do. They like the drama. They like the drama. And it didn't help him. I don't think it helped him. Him trying to cater to the public did not help his situation. His fans are now claiming that someone had turned over. I heard that too. So what Elite Leo is talking about, and I saw that too, allegedly. So this is going in take it with what it is. So allegedly, somebody has a connection, somebody close to Tory's camp, very close to Tory's family, did a live, and they said that they were contacted by someone who works at the court who alleges that someone came in with a video that shows that Kelsey is the one that did it. If that video exists, I want to see it. That's all I'm saying. I want to see it, and I think it should have not been turned over to the court. It should have been turned over to Tory's defense attorney, because Tory's defense attorneys are the one that can file a motion for new trial based on new evidence if that video existed. You turn it over to the court, I'm not understanding how that helps. But nevertheless, I mean, in theory, if that's considered exculpatory evidence, which would be evidence, favorable to Tory, then what that would mean is that the prosecution would have to turn that over to the defense. But I mean, if I'm trying to help Tory and I got a videotape, wouldn't I give it to his defense attorney? So that's the new thing. I heard that it just kind of went in one ear and out the other, but I heard that as well. We all want to see it. You know what? If a video came up, that wouldn't even be grounds for appellate. That would be a new trial. That would be a good substance for a motion for a new trial, because you have total evidence that somebody else did it on videotape. It would exonerate him if that actually existed, but who knows? He said it's AI. You never know these days. He got married for his child. Okay, let's get into that. Now that Kimmy Camden brought it up, what we're here today. So a few days ago, the big news was that Tory got married. So, for those of you that don't know, Tory does have a son, and he brought his son to every day of the trial. His son was there. There was actually a time where Dev was there with our daughter, and they were both downstairs or whatever with his son. Remember that, Dev? Yeah. Dev can tell y'all in the chat about that experience. But yeah, so that his son was there. Like, I didn't really see the mom as much as I saw the son, because the son was with his security, with Tory Lanez security. So I didn't really see the baby moms. So I honestly did not know who the baby moms was until I don't even think I knew who she was at the trial, because I barely saw her. Maybe it was emotion or something. She yeah, I think it was a motion we might have went to or something. I don't think it was the trial where I actually saw who the baby mother was. So when the baby mother at the sentencing hearing, she did a thank you, Stacy. Thank you. So at the sentencing hearing, the baby's mother did a she did her intro because she did a character statement on his behalf. She did not mention no type of they was even together. She said, well, she did say he's my partner, because Jose Baez, who is Tory's attorney, I don't know if he still is or not, but we'll get to that in a minute. Jose Baez asked the baby moms and said, who is Tory to you? She said, he's my partner. He's my best friend. She's known him since middle school or elementary school or something. He's my son's father. This is how she described him. We went through all of the character people that talked about Tory. Then we had Tory Lanez that got up and he did his speech, what he had to say to the judge. He mentioned a fiance. So we was like, oh, shut. So now he kind of upgraded her to a fiance. So then after that, we were like, oh, so he's engaged to her now. Because she didn't even say that when she went up there and said what she had to say. So she said, yeah. Stacy Watson, let me see. I got a little bop for you. Wait a second. Thank you so much for your support. Yeah, I told y'all I was going to get one. See, I'm not going to let Chef Don Don just outdo me like that. Oh my gosh, Michelle. Thank you so much. Oh, that is so kind of you. I don't even know what to say. So let me go. So what has started all of this is Tory is trying to get out on bonds while he's awaiting appeal. And in this bond, and this is Megan Cuniff that the reporter, Megan the reporter, that is the one that brought this information to light. So this is her work. Make sure we give her props. And this is the memo for him trying to get out on bond. So there are certain criteria. So as you see, the applicable law, it has the Penal Code section 1272.1 says 3 criteria for release on bail pending appeal. Mr. Peterson submits that he meets all 3. So he's trying to argue to the court that he meets all criteria to be out on bail while he tries to get his appeal. So the first one is his ties to the community. And Mr. Peterson is not likely to flee, analyzing the subparts ties to the community. So they say Mr. Peterson continues to have strong ties to the community, as shown through testimony at his sentencing hearing within this honorable court on August 7th and 8th, 2023. We were there for that as well. If released, he would live locally in the Los Angeles area with his wife, Raina Chisagne, and their child, age 6 years old. So that's where it all came from. We was like, wife, wait, what? So now from the hearing, which was August 7th and 8th, sometime between the hearing and this writing, Tory Lanez allegedly got married to the baby moms. Then it goes on to say, upon receiving bail, Mr. Peterson's wife and child will be relocating from Florida to Los Angeles, where the child will be regularly attending school. They will rent a home near Mr. Peterson's father, stepmother, siblings, and their children. So it sounds like, I'm not saying it's the only reason why he married her, but it does sound like they are using this alleged marriage as a way to show that he is not a flight risk because he has these tight ties to the community. Mr. Peterson currently and in the past has contracted to rent homes and at times vehicles from Arian Nafari, owner of ASB Exotics LLC. Mr. Nafari reports that Mr. Peterson makes all of his payments timely and has not caused any damage to any property that has been rented to him. Moreover, Mr. Nafari stated that he has grown close to Mr. Peterson and his family, so he trusts him. This has led Mr. Nafari to observe Mr. Peterson's love for his family, always putting their needs above his. He said he always puts his family needs above his. Oh, that's page 2. Sorry, guys. Mr. Peterson's son and wife, along with his parents and siblings, rely heavily upon him for care. They are close-knit, where they participate in a weekly prayer group as family. Mr. Peterson also was not only participating in such with his family throughout his trial and now during his incarceration, but moreover, he also has been leading such groups and ministering to fellow incarcerated individuals, as we've heard ad nauseum during his sentencing hearing. Although the Peterson family originally hails from Canada, they do not have strong ties to this location. Mr. Peterson does not have close friends who is like a family that he helps provide for her child. Wait a minute, sorry, I read that all the way wrong. Let me go back. Mr. Peterson does have a close friend who is like family that he helps provide for her child, despite this not being his biological child. Additionally, a couple of Mr. Peterson's siblings live in Canada, but frequent the Los Angeles area to join their family. The converse is not true, as Mr. Peterson does not visit his home country often. When he does, it is for employment, and at this time, he will visit his friends and family. Mr. Peterson is a well-known musician, therefore, it's not possible for him to abscond. He is a household name through his artistry and philanthropy. For years, Mr. Peterson has generously donated his time and provided funding for countless charities and has been in such a position to do so due to his status. Mr. Peterson has been involved with supporting the youth and paid legal fees for countless incarcerated individuals. See Exhibit 2. So I'm sure those are Unite the People was a group that he gave, that also gave a character reference to him and talked at his sentencing, who said that Tory provided and paid for people like a low bono, those that couldn't afford their own, to pay for their own attorneys. Giving Mr. Peterson's bail will allow him to continue his employment while staying in the geographic Los Angeles area based upon this motion and the previously stated mitigating information. At the sentencing hearing, Mr. Peterson's request for bail pending appeal is warranted. Thank you so much, Toria, for the super chat. I appreciate it. I know that came out so slow. I don't know. Real slow with that. Thank you. Sorry. Let me get back to my reading here. So section 1272.1a sub 2, record of appearance. So this is the second part. Mr. Peterson was out of custody for most of the proceedings up through trial, and he has appeared at every court appearance. He has never once had a failure to appear, and he asked that this court weigh this fact. Yeah, but he's also broken bond. How many times? I digress. He was permitted to appear at scheduled performances outside the state of California after charges were filed in October of 2020. Due to an unproven and uncharged Yet alleged incident in Chicago between Mr. Peterson and another individual. You guys know who that is. August Alsina, allegedly. He was placed on house arrest in October of 2022. This shows that for the 2 years between the charges and house arrest, Mr. Peterson appeared at each and every proceeding before his dishonorable court. Moreover, it evidences that at no time did Mr. Peterson violate such terms imposed by this court. What? I guess in theory, maybe after the last time with the August Alsina incident, he didn't violate anymore. But prior to that, he had a couple of bail hearings. But Mr. Peterson was released from house arrest in December of 2022 so that he could be involved in trial preparation with his attorney. This motion is based upon the same reasoning, as his current attorney of record is making this request in order for Mr. Peterson to participate in the advancement of his current appellate efforts. Section 1272A3, severity of the sentence. Mr. Peterson was giving middle term sentences for his charges, as there were no aggravating circumstances proven to support an upper term sentence. Moreover, this is Mr. Peterson's first offense, so he had no prior strikes that could have been imposed. The jury found defendant guilty of count 1, assault with a semi-automatic firearm in violation of Penal Code Section 245. Sub B, finding the assault had been committed through use of a firearm causing great bodily injury to Pete per Penal Code Sections 12022.5 subparts A and D and 12022.7 sub A, respectively. The jury also found defendant guilty of count 2, carrying a concealed firearm within a vehicle in violation of Penal Code Section 25400, and count 3, discharging a firearm with gross negligence in violation of Penal Code Section 246.3 sub A, causing great bodily injury within the meaning of Penal Code Section 12022.7 sub A. Mr. Peterson was sentenced to 10 years and has approximately a year of custody credits at the time. Section 1272.1b, Mr. Peterson does not pose a danger to the community. Mr. Peterson does not pose any danger to the community. He does not have a lengthy criminal record and pleads that the instant charges stem from an isolated incident where he was intoxicated. Upon release, Mr. Peterson will maintain his sobriety and have no contact with the victim, nor shall he or any of his associates by his direction address her on social media or by other means. Well, sir, you probably should have did that before the trial. That probably would have helped you out just a tad bit. Coco, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate all the love on this here Labor Day. So, Section 1272.1c, and we're almost finished, guys, with this one. Substantial issue on appeal. Mr. Peterson submits that his appeal raises substantial legal questions, which, if decided in his favor, will result in reversal. Although Mr. Peterson has not received the record on appeal, substantial errors have been identified. Portions of the following arguments are in accordance to newly enacted or updated penal codes. This is including but not limited to issues surrounding the presentation of expert witness testimony and the scientific nature of such evidence as presented to the jury, errors surrounding the addition of the enhancement, the multiplicity and similarity of the instant charges, along with the lack of evidence to carry each element beyond a reasonable doubt. Issues regarding the sentence term imposed when considering mitigating factors that were presented at the sentencing hearing, multiple instances of ineffective assistance of counsel. They said multiple instances of ineffective assistance of counsel regarding more than one attorney of record. What? error surrounding the admission or exclusion of evidence, violation of due process rights, and other constitutional considerations. Most importantly, that which arises through the Sixth Amendment to the United States Constitution as to protect the right to confront one's accusers as called for and analyzed using the two-pronged test. What? I don't know about the Sixth Amendment. Okay, I guess. Thank you so much, Cynthia. I appreciate your super chat. Oh, geez. Last thing about that Sixth Amendment kind of threw me off. So, in conclusion, guys, as Mr. Peterson meets all the criteria of Section 1272.1, bail should be granted. He prays such so that he may continue to provide for his family, including his wife and son, who is of tender years, along with his parents and siblings. In particular, Mr. Peterson has no prior criminal history, has significant ties to the Los Angeles community, is not a flight risk, nor is he a threat to society. His attorney would like his participation in the preparation of his appeal, and there are substantial issues which have a high probability of reversal in Mr. Peterson's favor. A reasonable sum for bail will suffice to secure his court appearance. Now, this is from a Crystal Morgan from Unite the People. So this is somebody totally different. Now, again, Unite the People is the organization that Tory Lanez contributed to and participated in, which helped those that were low income get attorneys, and then Unite the People, the organization, would pay for their fees. So Tory, I guess, he has personally paid when there were people, because I believe it's a low bono, so it's not pro bono where everything's free, but they might have to pay $100 as opposed to $300, and I'm just throwing numbers out there. So apparently there were individuals that couldn't even afford to pay whatever the low price was, and according to the people from Unite the People, they were saying that Tory had paid personally out his pocket for a nice list of women that couldn't pay the fee that they charge, even though it was real cheap. So they showed little videos and stuff of him coming in and when he paid for the people's legal fees and all of that. So it looks like the same organization just stepped on in, and now they're actually doing the bond hearing in this case. So that's that. So there are the papers, guys. Again, this was from Megan Cuniff's page, for those of you that don't know. In other words, he has no significant ties to any one place in the U.S. or Canada, so let him out on bail. Please. Bev said that was nice. Y'all, see, this is why I want you guys, you Tory fans, please watch these people that are saying things about Tory, because it's not me. I'm just reporting what this said because it became headlines of all these individuals that were talking about Tory getting married. So I wanted my people to know, like, he got married. I wanted you to see the timeline. Now, if he was smarter, perhaps he should have married her a long time ago, but that could be a whole nother video. You are not a citizen of this here United States of America, and I believe she is. But hey, I digress. He didn't pay me a dime to help him in this case. But I do suggest that instead of all these people continuously in my chat telling me the information we all know, the information that the jury has already decided, could you guys go find some new information, like some real new information, not no, I heard, like triple hearsay. We don't want to hear all that. We want to see somebody's ring cam video, some affidavit from somebody under oath. We want to see some lie detector tests. We want to see some pictures. We want to see some aerial views of some houses. We want to see that they found some DNA on something that they didn't have before. This is what we want to see, new evidence. And how, Pam, do you know about new evidence? Because I do wrongful convictions. And when I do wrongful convictions, I literally have to recreate an entire case, even though most of them are 20, 30 years ago, recreate a whole case, find witnesses that may have been too scared back then to say something, try to find some videos that may or may not have been preserved, try to find evidence that might have been in the prosecutor file that they never gave us. They should be subpoenaing or now you could do it in a FOIA request to try to get the prosecutor stuff. Like all of that stuff you can get. You can get. So anyways, I'm going to look at your comments. That is what is going on with Tory Lanez. So, hey, really, B. He is trying to get a green card, but fool, you do not get a green card. He must have been over here on a work visa, I guess, all of this time. So, that's all I'm saying. If you're saying, because based on what the stuff that they're giving about Kelsey and all of that and all these conspiracy theories, that's not going to help you in your case. The only thing that is going to help you is if you find something that was not available before. And the fact, it still astonishes me that there was a whole security guard that was in the car that you paid and hired. And that security guard has not come forward and said a doggone thing yet. Because by now, it seems like he would have came forward and said, you know what? That wasn't Tory that had it in his hand. That was so-and-so that had it in his hand. But he has not come forward and said that not yet. So what's up with him? He worked for you. You were paying him. Why hasn't he at least come forward and said that? We know Justin, he was alluding. He was the one that the text messages came through that Kelsey texting was like, Tory shot Meg and sent the text to Justin. That's the bodyguard for Meg who wasn't there that day. But that was the first person that Kelsey contacted when all of this stuff happened. And we saw the text messages at the trial. But even Justin, it was like, yeah, I'm not coming to this. He didn't even come. Chantel said Tory deserves to stay in jail despite duping that dummy into marriage, and he deserves to get dragged in perpetuity. Well, my gosh. You guys, that is Chantel. That is not Pam. You see what I'm saying? I want you, these are the comments from the intellects. It's not me. We know how y'all do. Pam said, I did not say that. I'm just going over the comments and I'm putting the comments up. Yes, bodyguard said, I'm not perjuring myself for you. See, y'all know how to put conversations and comments on other people's name where it's appropriate. I see you guys doing it. See, Stacey, that's what you guys got to do for other people when it comes to me. Not Pam said it. Somebody else that said it. It wasn't me. Okay? So, all right. There you go, Tori. You got 40 more minutes of my life that I can't get back. Hope you guys enjoyed that segment. So now we got to get back to our girl, Shirley Strawberry. So for those of you that don't know, Shirley Strawberry is one of the co-hosts on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. On our last video, we talked about jail calls that were released to phone calls from prison. It's actually a YouTube channel of which they have a bunch of phone calls, that they get. They get the Freedom of Information from the Freedom of Information Act, and they go and they get the phone calls and they go through them. So they went through a lot of these phone calls. I have to make sure that I, again, give credit where credit is due, because they are the ones that initially got these phone calls and they gave me permission to utilize the ones that I want to utilize. So shout out to them. So on the last video, we went over some of the phone calls between Ernest Williams, who is Shirley Strawberry's husband, and then an alleged mistress. Now, when we left off, and we all know, for those of you that don't know, just briefly, if not, go to the old videos. There were, what is he talking about? My baby. Sorry. All right. Say hi again so I can see you in the chat. My daughter is like texting me, like I'm trying to say hi. But I don't even know what name she is on here. But anyway, Ernest Williams, who is the husband of Shirley Strawberry, is facing multiple charges multiple charges in Fulton County. A lot of those are theft related, theft, dishonesty type charges. And then also you also have some that involve kids that are somewhat disturbing. So we're not putting those up. But this is the list of all the cases that he is currently, they were filed going all the way back from July 8th of 2022. A lot of us found out about this case because one of the charges has to do with an accomplice, an alleged accomplice. So he has a co-defendant in one of the cases, and and that co-defendant, um, there's an allegation that they would hold themselves out and advertise as if they can do branding and they can help people with their branding. They would get the money, and allegedly they would not do the services that they said they could provide. So that hit the paper and that hit the news in October. But as you guys see from the list, Ernest Williams was already in jail since July. So because he was already in jail since July, obviously, well, by the time we found out, he was already doing the August, September, so like 3-4 months before we even found out about it. So those, I'm thinking maybe those charges may have came down around that time, and then it was something because it was considered a multi-million-dollar ring. Why it became a big deal and became on the news, and then people put two and two together, like, hey, that's Shirley Strawberry's husband. So that's kind of what started the domino effect. There was also a hearing of which a lot of us saw on YouTube because that particular judge aired the hearing on YouTube. It's not up there anymore because they usually don't keep it up there. And we were able to learn that it was a bond hearing. And we were able to learn some of the charges. That's when we learned about the charges about allegedly with the kids. And we also learned that the state thought that he was a flight risk, that he should have a high bond because he talked about going to see his girlfriend in Florida. So we was like, a girlfriend? What? We also saw an affidavit from Shirley Strawberry where she was like, my man, my man, my man. She was supporting and she was standing behind him. So everybody was like, why are you standing behind him? So when we saw the videos from my last video, I was saying it, to me, it felt like perhaps in the beginning, she just was kind of in the dark. And maybe she's progressively learning things about him when she wanted to believe him initially. She wanted to stand by him before she really knew all the information. And I don't know if she knew that he had a whole nother chick over there in Florida. So that's my intro. If you need more information, just go to the other video. So if you look at my last video, I did a little snippet regarding a ring. So one of the jail calls involved a ring of which Ernest bought Shirley a ring, and it ended up being a situation related to the ring. So that's the first thing that we're going to play is a situation related to the ring. And you'll hear it for yourself to see what the details are. Thank you so much, Star Mania, for becoming a member. I appreciate it. So here we go. It's 462 of you in here right now. I want you guys to please do me a favor and make sure you hit the like button. And if you have not subscribed, subscribe, because I want you to be able to chit chat and give your opinion in the comment section. So here we go, guys. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, it's not playing. Hold up 1 second. Let me pull it up real quick. I don't know why that one's not playing. It's the trick of the enemy, but I'm still going to play it. So, let me see. Hold on. Video 5.
Called me today. Ty, the jewelry lady.
Yeah.
Somebody called her to say that the cashier's check that you wrote to get my ring.
What?
Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, the cashier's check that you wrote to get my ring over a year or so ago, that was written off her account, and you stole $250,000 from her, and she needs that receipt and a copy of the check or something. She was telling Ty. So Ty says she's not giving her anything unless she has like a court order or something. She told her that you were in jail. Ty knows that you're in jail, but I didn't confirm or deny it. And anyway, now they're calling, they're still...
Who's calling?
I don't know who it was. I don't know who it was. She didn't say. She said she wrote the lady's name down, but she didn't have it because she thought it was a scam. And then she said that an officer from Rosewall Police Department called her as well and said that if it's not legit, I'll have to give my ring back and all that. And I said, well, if I have to give it back, I have to give it back. But,
Them folks is still trying to get at me for nothing.
Yeah. And then I talked to Lamont, and he said something about there's a woman that they have. He doesn't know her name, and she's a snitch, and she's trying to set you up or, something like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's how my day's been.
That's today?
Yeah, this happened earlier today, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I said a few days before you get your court date, they're still trying to do something.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Wow.
So, I guess they don't have anything. So what they do have, in terms of cases, they're trying to, get something out of that.
Wow.
Yeah. So now they call Ty, another big mouth in town.
Wow. And none of that stuff is true. Wow.
Well, yeah. I just said, well, I don't know what's going on. I just, played dumb. I just said, I don't know what's going on. I never confirmed or denied why you're in jail. She didn't seem to be too interested in that. She just said she thought it was a scam. She said, don't worry, I didn't give up any of your information, but I wanted to tell her they have it anyway. They've been had my information.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're still trying.
They're still trying to find something on me. Ain't got nothing on me.
So during this time, this was October of 2022. Okay, so this was him being in jail for 90 days. If you watched my last video, I did thank you so much, Shanice, for becoming a member. I appreciate you, Donna. If you watch my last video, you see it was from September of 2022. And in that last video for September of 2022, they thought he would get out in a couple of weeks because they were going to have to come with some type of criminal indictment with his charges by 90 days, or it appears they thought that he would have to be released. So what happened is in October, right now the 90 days are almost up, it looks like they were still doing investigation. So Shirley must have gotten a phone call that some ring he bought that Ernesto bought her was written off of somebody else's account. So in their mind, they think, oh, well, it's close to him being let out. This is my opinion. Of course, I'm not in their minds, but it sounds like the way they're talking to each other that they felt that because he's close to getting out, that perhaps they're searching and fishing and trying to find stuff in order to keep him in. Now, why you think he's just so special that people are going out of the way without having no type of leads before they come to this conclusion is beyond me. And Shirley brings up that somebody said that some lady was trying to set him up, and he was real quick to say, that's right. That's exactly what's happening. That's true. So I'm going to play it one more time. It wasn't too long of a video. So you guys got the context. You heard it one time, and I'm going to play it one more time because it looks like it's a lot more new people that have come in. So you guys make sure you hit your like on the way in for me. I appreciate it.
What you been doing?
Well, Ty called me today. Ty, the jewelry lady.
Yeah.
Somebody called her to say that the cashier's check that you wrote to get my ring.
What?
Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, the cashier's check that you wrote to get my ring over a year and so ago, that was written off her account, and you stole $250,000 from her, and she needs that receipt and a copy of the check or something. She was telling Ty. So Ty says she's not giving her anything unless she has like a court order or something. She told her that you were in jail. Ty knows that you're in jail, but I didn't confirm or deny it. And anyway, now they're calling. You know, they're still.
Who's calling?
I don't know who it was. I don't know who it was. She didn't say. She said she wrote the lady's name down, but she didn't have it because she thought it was a scam. And then she said that an officer from Rosewall Police Department called her as well and said that if it's not legit, I'll have to give my ring back and all that. And I said, well, if I have to give it back, I have to give it back. But
Them folks is still trying to get at me for nothing.
Yeah. And then so I talked to Lamont, and he said something about there's a woman that they have. He doesn't know her name, and she's a snitch, and she's trying to set you up or, something like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's how my day's been.
That's today?
Yeah, this happened earlier today, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I said a few days before you get your court date, they're still trying to do something.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Wow.
So, I guess they don't have anything, so what they do have, in terms of cases, they're trying to, get something out of that.
Wow.
Yeah. So now they call Ty, another big mouth in town.
Wow. And none of that stuff is true. Wow.
Well, yeah. I just said, well, I don't know what's going on. I just, played dumb. I just said, I don't know what's going on. I never confirmed or denied why you're in jail. She didn't seem to be too interested in that. She just said she thought it was a scam. She said, don't worry, I didn't give up any of your information, but I wanted to tell her they have it anyway. They've been had my information.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're still trying.
They're still trying to find something on me. Ain't got nothing on me.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the ring situation where I guess she got a phone call where they were contacting people that sounds like is around Shirley Strawberry. So it's not even just her being contacted for information. It sounds like people around them are being contacted as well. Now, we heard about an alleged mistress as well. And if you guys heard that video, you guys know why I'm about to put up this banner before I put anything that has to do with this lady. So it's not as bad as the first one was with some of the conversation, but this is an alleged mistress. So I'm giving the disclaimer for those that have your kids watching or you have it on the big screen or whatever, that their conversation gets, and the mistress, it was kind of funny, the alleged mistress, because she was spitting game too. She was spitting game on here. And so we're going to, that's going to be the first part of what we're going to hear now. Let's see.
Go ahead on with that shit. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you already, I was thinking about your ass today, and I was just like, I did not want to be here, but I'm here, and it's all your fault.
Well, I don't know what that means. Tell me what that means. I don't know what that means.
Oh, my God.
Saying that shit.
Oh, my God. You understand. I have never been.
I don't.
All right, well, let me explain something to you about me.
Do that. I got time.
I be so good with keeping my shit locked and just, like, one point where I don't have to deal emotionally with nobody, right? Where if you in my life, if you, I'm not faded, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never whined or cried or missed or none of that shit. See you later, you know? But damn, I'm all mostly fucked up here. What is that about?
Right, why is that though? I mean, I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. Just say what you're gonna say.
What I'm saying is,
because you could be around the bush.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm stressing the situation on two levels.
Listen, tell me the next thing. Come on.
I'm stressing the fact that you're locked up already. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. And then, so when you're going through it, I'm going through it. Because, going through it. So, yeah, and then, I think because how this situation came about, that we were friends, and, I just didn't really have, because it was, like, I was able to stop myself because I would just avoid you. And I would just feel myself falling and getting all mostly caught up. I would just like avoid you and be like, all right, I'm good now, I'm good. As long as I don't really see him, because he's talking every day. So long as I don't see him, I'm good. I can keep the distance, emotional distance from him. You know what I'm saying? Because you got that situation. So it was like, don't like.
Did y'all hear that? She said, because you got that situation, so I'm not trying to get caught up. I mean, she running real game. But she clearly knows who Shirley Strawberry is because she's telling him, I'm getting caught up in my feelings, but you got that situation. What, he married? What situation is that? You the situation? What you talking about? All right, I'm going to let this play out. I just had to stop right there.
Remember that conference we had on the bus? And I was like, we cannot, because this shit is just, not creation. So now, my this is clear. Or you get what I'm saying, right? You get what I'm saying, right?
No, because you keep talking in riddles, like you say I talk. You keep talking in riddles. Just say what you got to say.
I mean, I'm saying it. I just thought I said. I've been in a relationship, but I've always had my guard up. I've never, ever, whenever I had to break up with somebody or they broke up with me, I was just never say it. I was just next. On to the next situation. It was just nothing to me.
Okay. What's the problem here?
So, man, I feel like, like how when I was fucking 17 and I didn't know no better, and I slipped up and, openly liked somebody. And I date people, they always say I don't have any feelings and I'm cold, right? Because I'm able to just, bounce and not cry about it, not think about it, not mourn it, just be like, bye. Don't call me, I won't call you, we're good. I'm not mad, he cheated, whatever he did, you know what I'm saying, we're good,
I need you to come on with this. I need you to come on. Come on now.
If you have the power to emotionally affect me, I'm not comfortable with that. Because I never, ever.
But I ain't got no power over you. So
I know.
Yeah, but I'm saying I ain't got no power with you. I ain't got no power. I just keep it real. That's it. What you think?
You have the ability to affect me emotionally. Is what I'm saying.
I don't know how. I just keep it real.
If we stop talking tomorrow, I will be very pressed. I will be like, I don't want to eat. I don't want to go to work. That type of shit. That's not me. I don't do that.
Okay, well, guess what? That ain't gonna happen because guess what? I'm been in life for a long time. Get ready for that shit. So certain shit. No, you just want to say that because you be around the bitch. I'm gonna come on with mine. See,
I'm not eating something. I'm saying it like it's terrifying.
But it ain't terrifying. It's okay. It's okay to have somebody. I ain't gonna let you down. You can believe that shit. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. I know how to.
If you can do that, I will be at ease. Because the thing of it is, if you're always honest and respectful, I can deal with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
When I don't know, or I get surprised on some shit, where it's all there for my book.
No, all you gotta do is ask me. I'm gonna see. I don't give a damn how rough it is, cause that motherfucker ain't dead. Their legs ain't get cut off. You ain't blind. That's bad. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so basic life shit. That ain't nothing. It gonna be yes or no. Fuck it. Cause that's yeah, we passed that trying to scheme and scam, trying to figure out if you're gonna keep this folks on your side, if you tell the truth or not. I passed that shit. If you're with it, you ain't. That's basically it. That's the only way you're gonna be cut and dry. So you ain't gotta worry about that shit.
So, I don't know.
Well, I will say this right here. I do understand how you feel. I have been there before. When you into somebody, you into somebody. Really, really, it's a certain person you into. I've felt that before. I do understand that part. And then the disappointing that if they don't give you that same feeling back, it's a irritating feeling. Yeah, so don't worry about that feeling, because that feeling was there for you and got started. Open up your box.
Y'all hear that? Don't worry about that feeling. That feeling was there for you to open up your box. That's what he said. All I'm saying is she was spitting that young 20-year-old game. I don't really get attached to people like that, but something so special about you, and I just really want to be with you, and I'm going to be messed up. If we end up breaking up, I'm going to be messed up. And I just need you to keep it real with me. He like, oh, I'm always keeping it real. I'm just myself. I don't run no game. I'm just myself. I mean, she does already know that he's married. So, I mean, what do he got to lie to her about? I mean, he probably ain't even tell her he was going to leave his wife. Listen, she got game. So, that is the alleged mistress. Now, our last video is a little bit longer. It's going to take a little minute. So this video is between Ernesto and Shirley. And this was also in October of 2022. In October of 2022, it appears that Shirley is going to talk about all the things she's been going through with her daughter and other people that are around her. So she uses this time to vent. You're going to see how, in my opinion, it felt as if Ernest liked her not being in right relationship with all these people. To me, he was just way too gleeful. But I don't want to give it away before you guys hear it, before the ones that have not heard this already. But just to set this up, she is going to talk about her daughter. We know from the last video there was an issue with her daughter allegedly going down and talk to the police and how that conversation went. But Shirley lets it out on this one. So she starts venting about things that she's going through. She even makes a comment that folks is hating on her and they want her life. But before I give it all away, let's get into it.
Whatever. You know, you got so much game. But this is what I was trying to wait till you got home before I just told you everything. I only told you like bits and pieces of what's going on. Remember yesterday when you said that someone in her ear?
Right.
I believe it's Panay. We all think it's Panay. And because she's like, the days before my birthday when I went over there to get my hair done, she sat down and was like, so are you going to tell me what's going on with you? Stuff like that, right? You heard me, right?
Yeah, I heard you.
And so I said, no, I'm not. And so she said, well, why not? She's talking just like this. I said, because it's none of your business. Well, what do you mean? Everybody's been asking me about it. And I've heard anyway. And I said, everybody like who? Joe and Marlon and Miles. That's what she was saying to me. So I said, well, they know how to call me, you know. And anybody who thought about it, shared it, called all around and told everybody, you know.
Right.
So then I said, so So then I said, if anybody wants to know anything, they're feel free to call me, but that's my business, and that's my business. And so then she had an attack right there in front of me.
What kind of attack?
I don't mean to laugh at that part about it, but and so I guess because I wasn't having it. It was just so I just hated. It's like my mama. What are you talking about? You're not in my business like that.
Wow.
What are you doing? Yeah, it was really bad. So then she had an attack, and I was like, oh my God, is you okay? That was just, I guess, to make me feel sorry for her or whatever.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So anyway, so then after that happened, when I left out, she said, well, let me know what you're going to do for your birthday. And I said, okay. So I never called her or anything to tell her, what we were doing, because quite frankly, I didn't know what we were doing at that time. I didn't know Debbie was in and all of that. And I didn't know anything. And I was just like, trying to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You're going through a difficult time.
Huh?
You're going through a difficult time.
Yeah, exactly. So she had her attack, and I said, well, what do you want? Do you need me to call the hospital? Call somebody? Are you okay? And then she settled down. I'm okay. After an attack, and from a second stroke, it just comes and goes like that.
Wow.
It was just really weird. So anyway, okay, so now my birthday, right?
Okay.
So she posted on everything, it's my birthday and all of this. She never once called me, never gave me a gift, never did any of that. She and Tracy, so I know she's called all around. She's told everyone. I know she has, because, Tracy, she's told everybody what's happening. So so this girl that was going into business with Ronald, this Asian lady, I got some things. See, what was wrong was I went to her birthday party and shared it and the kids were there. I told you that. And I never once let on that I was going through anything, or, they were all marveling at the fact that how I looked. And Renee was like telling my age, and, I didn't ask her, so she was doing all of that with the people, and I was like, yeah, that's how old I am. They said, you haven't had any work there on your face, nothing. No, this is just what it is. So anyway, they were like, oh, you look great. So then after that, I came for my hair, and then she was talking about, because I didn't tell her. So, it's just been so much stuff. So then that's when Sheridan stopped speaking to me. She would never come by. She would never bring the kids by. And she stopped calling, stopped answering my calls. So that's when I believe Tanae was telling her, don't talk to her. You better get away from all of that. And you better go down there and talk to them because they keep calling you. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to put all the blame on her, but I believe because, Sheridan's not stupid, but I believe she had something to do with it. That's all I'm saying. I believe she encouraged it.
Oh.
And, and then I gave her this stuff for her birthday, and this lady, from this Asian lady that Ronald found the lady. So Tosh and I were getting some pieces from her because the pieces were nice, and she wasn't charging us a lot of money. So now, come to find out, today we find out that Tanae has linked up with this lady. And now the lady stopped talking to us, and now she's getting all her clothes and stuff from this lady.
For real?
For real. This just happened today. So I just been thanking God I just been thanking God all day because, for revealing it to me. Now, you've been saying it, I got that, but now I really see it for myself. And it's just, that really, it's just, I'm like, well, dang, I have never done anything to her. Anything. Not one thing to her, but help her in every single way that I could. But it's like she wants everything. She's trying to undermine me with Sheridan, like pretend like she's her mom and all that. Sheridan, doesn't hardly talk to me, only when rent time comes, especially since this happened. She didn't before. But, we'll talk about, the rest of it, when you get out and stuff. Because
I can listen.
I know, but you're saying you don't like to talk about stuff on the phone.
Well, I know, but that ain't serious. That's really just your day-to-day life. Go ahead.
Yeah, but it's some, it's just some unanswered questions. Anyway,
okay,
so
I got you.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's what I've been dealing with, and it's like really.
You talking about the lady? You talking about the lady that came to you, that talked, that lady that met?
Yes, her.
And she wanted to go in business with y'all and all that.
Yes.
And she was going through all that, the store and everything with y'all.
Yes. Now she over there with her. That's what I'm telling you.
Wow.
She over there with today. Yes.
How y'all found that out?
We saw it on video. The Lord revealed it to me. I'm telling you, and I showed it to Tasha.
Oh man, I know Tasha wanted to go fight already.
Oh yeah, she did. She absolutely did. So yeah, it's like okay, because I've been really thinking about that Asian lady lately. Because I was like, well, I wonder what's up with her. Because we hadn't heard from her anything. What's going on with all of that? And so now we know what's going on with it. Now
damn.
She's over there with her. So I put them in the enemy category. You're my enemy because you're just trying to bring me down. And the reason I didn't, when we first were getting ready to move, and I said, well, if it takes a little longer, I could stay with Panay or I could stay with Sheridan. Panay, and I asked her, she said it was fine. They were preparing. Then one day she said, you can come, but Nestor's not welcome here. He's not welcome.
Well, I was going over there anyway.
I said the same thing. I said, well, he wasn't coming, and I never mentioned him. I said, I didn't say he was coming. I just said it was me. Well, he's not welcome. So then, when I called Sheridan, and Sheridan said, you can come, Mom, but your husband is not welcome. They both said the same thing.
Wow.
So then, I was in a hotel. That's how I ended up in the hotel. Because remember, you said, I'm grateful. You said, I'm so glad that you said I could be with, you could stay with Panay or Sheridan. That helps, that takes some pressure off me for right now. Remember, you told me that.
I did say that.
Yeah, but I never said what they said because it was just so mean and nasty, so ugly to me. And so I just said, okay. So I just said, well, I'll just be in a hotel. It's not going to be that long. And then when Sheridan said that, I said, well, how? It's so funny that they both said the same thing. But then you turn around, Panay, and want me to tell you what's going on with my husband. You don't like him. You said he was not welcome at your house. So why would I sit down and tell you anything about what's going on? And she told Sheridan, your mother's being mean to me.
For real?
Yes. How am I being mean? I left some stuff at Panay's. I asked Sheridan to go over there and get it. Well, no, Mommy, I'm not going over there because I don't want to get in the middle of it. And Panay told her if I wanted it to come and get it. No, that's okay. You can have it. I don't need it. I have someone else that's way better than you doing my hair now anyway. So,
wow.
Yeah, so that's what's been going on. That's the little petty, mess that's been going on, the hater mess. I'm saying this woman wants my life. She wants my life, and she wants my life. It's something going on. She wants you something. She wants you trying to get Sheridan, and I think Sheridan's over it. I think Sheridan's gone. I have to treat her now like an enemy because I'm your mother, and no matter what.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, how you gonna pick someone else over me? That's crazy. Even if we do have our situations, you don't go with no one else over me. And she went down there and she told me last week when we were going at it about this rent, I don't care about anybody but me and my kids. And that's what that meant. I figured everything out now. That's what that meant. She doesn't care about anybody but her and her kids. And she and Panay, Panay's going to let her do her nail polish and lipstick, put that in her salon and all of that stuff. So you all go ahead and do all of that together because somebody almost hit me. I'm not having any parts of it. I'm done. The Lord has revealed to me. Those are my enemies. They are not the friends. They are not the but
oh my God.
Yeah, really. It's like you're going through what you're going through and then I'm going through this mess, tried to destroy me every single way you could. You tried to destroy me. Now you got a restraining order out on my husband. So that ain't just for him. That's for me too. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. And then, everything that she tried to do, and that's why she was laying so low and not talking and all that, because she didn't know what we knew. She still doesn't know.
Right.
She knows that Tasha knows she went and talked to the police, but she doesn't know what I know, because I told her I wanted to talk to her, and she was like, well, what do you need to talk to me about? And all of that, and, just on and on. So she knows, but I haven't talked to her yet. I went ahead and paid her rent, but I'm going to have a conversation with her when you get out, because I want the facts. I want to know exactly what she said to them.
Okay, well, there ain't no problem. It's on the police report, so that's...
No, I know, but I'm saying I want her to know that I know what I'm talking about, so she can stop lying. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So she could stop so much of this lying. But she got somebody like Tanae encouraging her, and all of this stuff. And a website that Tanae got for me for my candles, she went and bought that website, so I can't even use that anymore. She went and bought it. It's unavailable now all of a sudden.
She bought the domain for it.
Yeah, all of a sudden now, but it's okay. It's okay.
Wow.
I don't even need any of that. Yeah, I don't even need any of that. It's okay.
No, you don't.
But yeah, this is what she's doing. This is what she's been doing. This is what she's been doing, saying I'm being mean to her. And Sheridan called all around. She called Miles. She called his mama. She called, I think she called Joe. She called Marlon. Everybody. And to Sherry, Miles' mom, credit, my girlfriend in New York.
Yeah, you just had a.
She called me two days in a row. After this all came out. She just said, Shirley, I'm just checking on you. She never said, and she never mentioned your name. She never said what was going on. She never said anything. She just said, I'm just checking on you. Are you okay? And I said, yes, Sherry, I'm fine. I'm doing okay. And she called me again. And she asked me, the same thing. And that's when I know. I said, okay. She called her too. So they're just in their little circle, talking about me and figuring out what I'm doing and trying to, blah, 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 all of that stuff. That's all. That's what they've been doing.
Wow. Dang.
Yeah.
But they ain't got nothing going on.
But there's nothing right. But, it's like, I believe now that you all want to try to take me down, but that's not going to happen. But I'm just saying, I believe now that they want something bad to happen, or they're happy, because I used to know when Tanae was going through it, it's almost like she felt like, well, why am I not going through stuff? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why is your life so great? I felt like that. She never said anything, but I just always felt that from her, and it probably made me feel guilty a little bit and to want to help her more or something. You know what I'm saying? So anyway,
whatever your decision is, I'm with whatever to the bad to the good. I always told you that. I might not like it, but I always went with it.
Oh no, I know. You really want me to be friends with her again, and I was. I just forgave her and said, life is short, let's go. But, she's mad at me because I didn't tell her my business. You ain't supposed to be in my marriage anyway. Sheridan either. Why are y'all in my marriage? Why are you in my marriage? Just deal with me.
Right.
I never asked you one time, could he come over there? Well, he is not welcome. I've never said, I took care of you and your son. I never said, you're not welcome. I never said that.
But she was in our house begging. She was begging me to help her and her little problems.
Exactly.
Well,
Debbie has her on tape following you around that house. when you were saying, well, I'm trying to get away from her. Thank you. Excuse me. When you were saying you were trying to get away from her, Debbie has you on tape. Her on tape following you around.
Golly.
It's like these women are just really jealous. They're jealous and they're haters. Even my own child. She can't see it. She cannot see it.
No, she can't see it. She got all
the
purpose. Wow.
Yeah, but she can't see it. She's upset with me. It's like, man.
But it's like she's always been upset with you, and I never could understand why though.
And it's not just because you coming into my life, because she was like that before. She was lying. You know, she had the baby before.
Right.
I mean, while I was married to you.
But I forgave her for all that. I don't understand why she just won't grow up and just, she know how Panay is. She know how this. I don't understand. I can't even. She got best of the both worlds. She got a stepdad that would do anything for her. Go all the way out the back, and the kid, got a mama could make the love of the deal. I'm confused. I'm really confused, but I gotta stop being confused.
Yeah, because I'm not confused. I said I'm not confused at all. I'm really not. I'm not. One thing I'm not is confused.
Damn.
About what's happening. What's happening? I may have been, love her too much or trusting her too much, but I'm definitely not confused because this is wrong. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. I haven't done anything to them but try to help them. But haters don't need a reason to hate.
Was you laying in the bed when you saw the video?
No. I think I was just about to get up, or I just come from walking or something. When I saw the video with her in that suit, in the thing.
That's what I'm talking about.
The first one, yes, because I had just gotten up, and then Tosh went on it and found the one with the Japanese lady or the Asian lady in it. She found that one.
So you know how she got the girl information, right?
Huh?
You know how she got the girl information, right? The Chinese lady.
Hi. Well, how?
Because when she came and brought the baby to your opening for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what she got. She got up under. She did? You
saw that?
Yeah, so I'm talking to you.
Oh, okay. Because I don't remember telling her that.
You did.
Okay, good. Okay, good. And I'm glad because I thought that was the only way. I didn't know. I didn't remember telling her where she was or any of that stuff.
No, you didn't. I sit back and watch. I'm looking at everybody. How they shoot.
Okay.
They push up on them. They talk. They change numbers and all that. That's how she was talking about this.
Oh, they changed numbers.
Yeah,
okay.
They changed numbers. That's what happened. That's how she got the lady information.
And she went down there. She went down there to that lady's store. She got all the clothes. But that one particular jacket, that was one that we were planning. She put aside for us, and she gave it to her. Okay, now the other thing is, when she went to that march, she probably went downstairs to talk to Ty, and that's
bingo.
Maybe I don't know, but maybe.
Right. Well, I ain't worried about that.
She probably told. Yeah. But anyway, that's what happened. I'm just saying. Yeah.
She did. She probably did.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Boy, you're going through it, ain't you?
Well, I'm not going through what you're going through or what Tommy went through, so I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
Okay.
I'm just glad to know. I'm glad to know it wasn't me because I didn't think I gave her that number, but I couldn't figure out any other way how she got it.
That's how she got it.
But they were
right there and watched them.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes
You
sense.
ain't had nothing to do with that. You were down your business.
Yeah.
You pushed up on the phone. And hey, Factor. I'm saying to myself, I don't want to talk to them. And guess what? They rode me in your car to go back to the shop. And I was nice to them.
I know.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Know.
She said she didn't want me to be in her house. Now, if I would have known all that.
In her house.
See what I'm talking about?
I know.
I know. People nice.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Only because my wife say, be nice. Be nice, honey.
Yeah. I do.
Yeah. You got my heart now, because other than I'd be going ham on for real.
Well, it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, you shot me today. Oof, that's another shot.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I feel like you got so much to deal with. I don't want to tell you all this stuff. I don't want you worrying about me. I don't want you worrying or nothing. And it's a lot that's going on. It's like for no reason these people are coming for me. I ain't done nothing to none of them. Ain't that crazy?
No, it's true though. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're sure right now. You're with you right.
Yeah,
Wow.
none of them folks.
I bet what Ronald was saying. what he had to say when he found out about that. Y'all ain't heard from the Chinese lady at all?
Because see, they had their grand opening on Saturday, and she was nowhere to be found, and she knew about it. And I told her and said, we missed you. But she was at Panay's thing the next day.
Wow. This is the same lady came over running the house. Is that the same lady?
Yes. We spent money. We spent so much money with her.
That's the one we talking about her husband had took the money from and all. She was a shooting game then. Golly. Shooting LA game. Wow.
Yeah.
She put it on then, boy. Wow.
But she gonna find out. She gonna find out that
she gonna find out.
Wrong. That she
chose
wrong.
Wow. Hey, she did it. When you be telling she in the hospital, I'm praying for her, be saying myself. All right, then.
But she you can be that like that, and you've had 2 strokes, and you still want people to feel sorry for you and stuff.
Man.
No. And that's the only reason I helped her. But I don't regret helping her because I don't regret it. That I don't regret.
At that moment, you felt you need to do what you need to do, and it's okay. We passed that now. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. It's okay. But as what's going on, she make you feel like you the only friend she got.
You have 1 minute remaining. Exactly. But that's part of the game too. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm still gonna be me. I just don't have to be me around them. We get ready to to be over with.
I'll call you if I get out of call. I love you.
All right, love. I love you too.
All right, bye.
Well, guys, that is the jail call that you guys just heard. It was a lot of.
What you doing?
Wait a minute. There was a lot going on in that call. Sounded like she needed to get some things off of her chest. To me, there was a lot of rambling. It was hard to keep up with who is who and who don't like who. I think the general consensus is most of these ladies, including Shirley's daughter that she spoke with on here, don't seem to like Ernesto. Now, what I gather from this is, and this is why I said in the beginning, it seems like he was taking glee in her beefing with these people. That's what I got from it. You guys can let me know. He seemed way too excited because remember in the beginning, she said, well, I'm not going to really talk about it because you don't like talking on the phone. But then he's, oh, no, that ain't, that's your personal life. That ain't nothing serious. You go ahead and talk about it. So it was something he took glee in it because clearly I'm assuming there were some friction. I don't know Shirley's relationship with her daughter. Some people in the chat have mentioned that her Shirley's mom allegedly raised her. I don't know how true it is. It's just what a few people have said. But Shirley mentioned that they've had issues before. So essentially, because she doesn't really have much as far as relationship with them, she probably really gravitated towards her husband where she confided in him and she talked, that became her best friend. You see how she was just talking to him and just, I heard St. James say that's how his ex-wife was when she came home from work. So that became like the ear. That's her friend. So if this is your friend and almost your only friend that you pretty much trust with everything, you really don't have this. And then what he went through is the daughter and the hairstylist and whoever else were all like, yeah, we not trusting this guy. Something ain't right about him, or whatever their reasoning was why they said they didn't want him. According to Shirley, they didn't want him to come to their house. And she just decided to let him know that they was like, you can come, but your husband can't come. So all of them had problems. He's probably been made aware that these people don't like him. So he's feeling almost vindicated that now you beefing with him, and I'm telling you, it ain't just my fault, but these people are shiesty too. So he's finding glee in this. And that's what my problem is, because now she can't hear what she needs because of who the messenger is. You already got issues with your daughter. You thinking all these people is allegedly hating on you and all of that. So now, even though they may be giving her truth, she can't hear the truth. So in his mind, now I have these individuals that might be the keeper of some things that has to do with me, and she's not going to believe nothing they say because now she sees that they look like they're trying to hate on her and sabotage her. And just listening to this, and I know everybody's on Shirley's head like, you too over this, but just listening to this, I kind of felt sorry for it because it was like, dang, you're trying to figure out who you're supposed to believe, but you already got issues with these people. And this man, in your mind, obviously he's shown some type of loyalty where you believe him. You believed he was getting out. You believed he was getting set up. Why she thought he was so special that everybody in the police had to set him up, I don't know. But she believed he was getting set up. And he was just way too excited, in my opinion, that she was going through this. I was just like, why are you go ahead and talk about it. I told you. Well, whatever you want to do, Shirley, that's cool. Whatever you want to do, I'm there for you. Now, mind you, this call is in October 2022 where she venting to you and she thinking that you her shoulder and you her ride or die. And then you talking to old girl in the same month, in the same week. So that's why I'm saying, like, I kind of feel bad, you know what I'm saying, for her. But hey, thank you, daughter. But yeah, say something in the chat, Cakes. My daughter's like texting me on my phone instead of like in the comments. But my 21-year-old. But yeah, Miss V said I can do it bad by myself. But again, you guys, you have to recognize too that this was October of 2022. So this is not recent. When we looked at newer calls, we've seen that the calls are further apart and that there's some evidence of him trying to get in touch with her and she's not answering. Now, I seen somebody mention the SA allegations and how she stood by him. He did not have any of these allegations when she was just talking to him. The first with the pictures, I think it was like porno type pictures that depicted, kids. Those allegations were in January. Now, again, after that allegation, she did do that affidavit in June, but then he got some more allegations after that. So, but yeah, I know some of y'all like, forget her. She better and I don't think I'm pretty sure she probably didn't know about this alleged mistress either. Like, we might have more information than she have when it comes. Well, she would know if she watched that video. I think it did go around that he allegedly had a girlfriend. Now, he could have denied it. They said they intercepted phone calls. He could have denied it, but now it can't be denied because now we've seen the videos and we played the audio on here. So it kind of is what it is. She said, I'm not going to clown her. She's the victim of him too. To a degree. That's why I said in the beginning, it was like watching her was like, dang. Shirley, I got somewhere for you to say. Lovely upskill conduct with the grandest like your skin. I can't stand you. Oh, gosh. You said not white-headed states. That's where you're going to have her go.
In the rain, y'all. Slowing down the rain, but we working. We are working, y'all. Working. Stairs complete. White-headed steaks, y'all. Coming all together.
I can't with you guys. Cupcake said it, not Pam said. Cupcake said that. You seen the comment. That was Cupcake. So Forgiven says Shirley isn't a victim because his criminal history dates back over 20 years. I mean, I think that would give her where she knew what she got into, that was his past, but he hadn't, according to the video, when he was the bond video that we saw, the hearing, his attorney said he had not gotten in trouble in a long time. So it had probably been about a decade or so that he had not gotten into trouble. So if we want to go with the mindset that people can go and be rehabilitated, some people, but I believe in grace and mercy, and some people that want to give him a second chance. So I ain't mad at her if she gave him a second chance, because his life seemed to show that maybe he had changed. But I get what you're saying. Here come the free Tory. All right, child. He got some. For those of you that don't know, Tory does have some t-shirts for all of you guys that want to support him in his appellate endeavors. He has some free Tory shirts. So now you get to go along and on your YouTube channel, whoever you are, you get to put your free Tory shirts on and all the other free Tory gear, and you can go support your homeboy because he's gonna need it. C. Patterson said Mistress playing him like he playing Shirley. Isn't she was on there. I had to snickle a little bit because she was throwing game like, I usually don't fall in love. I'm really hard and I'm very hard to break into. I have a wall up and I don't trust people, but I feel so comfortable with you, Ernesto. My feelings is just, I'm getting into you, but I was trying to keep a distance because of your situation. But for some reason, I don't know, you're just talking such great game on this here telephone that I just fell in love with you over the telephone when I was able to, control myself. But I mean, if you got locked up and something happened to you, I would be sad. I wouldn't be able to eat. I wouldn't be able to drink. I would have to call off of work. I would probably be hospitalized in a state of depression. I just care about you so much, Ernesto. I don't understand. Like, I've never felt this way. I don't allow myself to love people. That's pretty much what she was saying in that tape. And he was up there eating it up. I'm just gonna keep it 100. I keep it 100. I just keeps it real. I don't sit up there and fake the funk. It is what it is. I don't have no reason to. Either you like me or you don't like me. I'm not doing nothing special. I'm just being me, boo. I'm like, this is a ghetto conversation. And he is like, he's a lot younger than Shirley, but he's not young. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. You said a bad Tyler Perry skit. Tyler, call me. I can do Strawberry. I can do anything for Tory Lanez. Just call me. I have inside. I have, personal information on this thing. It would make a good movie. You said Tubi, not Tubi. Tubi is for the ghetto movies. Like, you gonna put me on Tubi? I can't at least get on BET Plus. Why gotta be on Tubi? You said write it and sell it to Tyler. I need to. I did get a Cash App, so before I get off here, I do want to thank you for the Cash App because I'm very appreciative and I'm very, very grateful. Thank you so much, Sonia, for the Cash App. Oh yeah, you didn't see my bop. Chef Don Don, because you wasn't over here. So here goes my little. Chef Don Don said Tubi is lit. If they offer me a skit, I go on Tubi too. I was just acting bourgeois. I get on Tubi. They offer it to me. You said Lifetime. Thank you. That's all I'm saying. Put me on HBO. right, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. As always, I love each and every one of you guys. Enjoy your holiday. Make sure that you are safe. See, Chef Don, I told you I was going to get into it. Hit the like button on your way out. And make sure that if you have not done so, make I'm going to holler at you guys next time. Thank you again for watching and supporting.